So a very, very good evening, everyone. Happy to see that you're all here on our first night, our fourth night, fourth session of our D-Paideia training. So we'll start with a small quiz, and the first module will be in an interactive way. So I invite you all to connect via either scanning the QR code or going to the link play.genially.com, and then you can use this password to join. So I'll give you a minute to join all. Okay, I can see a lot of people are joining. I have shared the details in our chat as well for participants who will be joining later on. Let's wait 2 more minutes for more participants to join. Very well, let's start. So, as I said in the beginning, very welcome to our fourth session. I'm really happy that you're still here with us to discover what we have been researching and wanting to pass on to you about, well, digital work-life balance, digital well-being, and yeah, the digital tools and all the other topics that you've seen in the last 2 weeks. As you can see, this is an interactive session, and we will be sharing this with you. So afterwards, you can use it as an individual learning pod, even able to share with students or adapt as you wish. So let's get started. What will we be doing today? Well, in this chapter, the first hour at least, we will deep dive into digital work-life balance. and digital well-being. We will be looking at how you can consciously and responsibly use these digital tools and all the digital things we have at hand without compromising your mental and physical health. This is important, and why? And maybe you can relate it because many teachers, a lot of them, they do experience stress and overload by being constantly connected to digital technologies. So let's have a look at your digital behavior tonight, and let's have a look at how you can protect your mental health and your digital well-being. In the end, we will also jump quickly to a sustainable approach, because using your tools in an effective and in a sustainable way is not only good for your health, but also for the planet's health. So let's have a look at that. Before I continue, I'd like to invite everyone to just for now, unmute the mic so everyone is able to hear me clearly. If there are any questions in the meantime, please use the chat. We will also be using some breakout rooms so you can share ideas and brainstorm together. And today I will be giving this session. Unfortunately, my colleague Lauren, who was supposed to make you enthusiastic and to entertain you with the presentation together with me, she has a flu, so she's ill. And I hope you are doing better today. So let's just jump into this topic. I hope the sound works. Should the sound not be working, just raise your hand or give me a little message so we can adapt this. This is just a very, very small video to start the topic. May look familiar to you. I hope it doesn't, but unfortunately, I think we all do recognize the feeling this man in the boat has looking for his work-life balance as a teacher. So no worries, that's why we are here tonight. And let's have a look at digital behavior. So do you remember what we were telling you 2 weeks ago on Monday evening? And especially the workshop with Jordi and Edu. Do you remember a woman talking in a video about FOMO and about JOMO? If yes, please comment in the chat, and you can also detail what FOMO means or what JOMO means if you remember. Anyone? Maybe it's too long ago, 2 weeks, it was on a Monday night. Okay, yeah, I can see indeed. JOMO stands for joy of missing out, and FOMO for fear of missing out. And maybe you remember the woman, the employee of Google, talking about the research she did about fear of missing out and joy of missing out, and actually about setting boundaries in being online. So this is something that you have in hands and something you can do take measures about. So today we will quickly touch upon the topic again and have a look at how you can manage your screen time, how you can manage your digital life balance. So I believe it was Jordi. He very quickly touched upon the topic of digital safety as well, something you can look into with your students. We won't be doing it today. So you had it about digital well-being plan, and you actually asked AI, ChatGPT or another AI tool, to making a personal digital well-being plan. Do you remember? So it's good to remember what you did 2 weeks ago and take it today. So this is kind of a deep dive into what was introduced 2 weeks ago. So bear in mind what ChatGPT has told you then and what he had told you about managing screen time. Let's start off with a video. Let's see if the audio works. If it doesn't, it's not such a problem. Why? Because the video, it's a Belgian video and it's spoken in Dutch. Luckily, they're very good subtitles, so you will be able to follow. And it is created by an NGO that is focused on digital well-being and digital balance. It's aimed to teachers, but also to parents and to their children. So let's have a quick look. Were you able to hear the audio? No, no audio. Okay, sorry about that. So I will try to fix that for the next video, or I will be sharing you the link so that you can check it out at home. So this was a small, very, very quick video, which you can look again, luckily, about digital balance, just about raising awareness about how are you using your phone, how much are your kids using your phone, and also by extension, your pupils, your students. If you want to go more in depth about digital work-life balance, the next video is one that I would recommend you to watch at home. Since we only have a small hour with you today about this topic, and I would like to give Reni and Liliana more time to talk about their topics as well, I recommend you watch this video at home. So it's about 5 minutes, and the talker, she gives some tips for a better work-life balance. Same for this compendium. So this was a research done by Lancaster University in the UK, and they mapped what digital well-being education. So this is a compendium with tips and tricks, especially created for teachers. So it's a recommendation that we can give you. So let's put our heads together and check in on how everyone is doing. So we will be using breakout rooms for this session in a couple of minutes. I'll first explain you what the idea. So you can see this picture, and on this picture is Paula. She's a teacher, and she noticed that actually she spends hours after school reading emails, responding to messages from parents, and this is causing her stress and insomnia. So maybe you recognize this, and well, or not, but what would you do in her situation? So I'm inviting you to exchange ideas with the others in the little groups and give some tips and tricks to each other. Feel free to also put some tips in the chat so that the others from the other breakout groups can follow and be helped by your ideas. So Maria, if possible, you can create some breakout rooms. Depending on how much we are tonight, this could be groups from about, let's say 4, 5, 6 people. And it's for 10 minutes. So you have 10 minutes to get to know each other, to see how you are doing, and then to solve this question about Paula.
So I'm sorry, you want how many groups how many breakout rooms?
The number of breakout rooms is the same. I think it would be ideal if the breakout groups have each 5 people, for example. So depending on how many we are,
Maybe 8 breakout rooms because we're 38 at the moment.
okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's fine.
Can you see?
Not yet. Yes, now we can see.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Hi everyone, how are you? Does anyone follow the Paula's case? Because we're supposed to discuss it, or maybe we can just wait and get back to the main room afterwards.
to set clear time for answering emails, or suggest her practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing and meditation.
Of course. We can, if our time is limited and we don't get to be in touch face to face with the parents, we spoke on the phone. And can we make that possible?
Sure, by establishing specific hours for answering, not every day, all the time,
Maybe
day, but
maybe
specific times.
after work, in between, I don't know.
For example, 4 to 5
Of course,
p.m.
is an example.
Yeah.
So
Or we can create templates for frequently asked questions to reduce response time. Perhaps parents have the same question: what time should a student go to a school party? So we can create a specific, a modified question to respond each time, the same question, for example,
yes.
and the same answer.
So that information we put in the main forum.
I don't know. They didn't give us a Padlet to answer. Let
Don't
me see.
need-
No, let me see the chat. But they didn't give us specific where to answer and to write our opinion. So I think we just had to discuss and then go back to the main room and express our opinion. I think so.
Yes. So anybody wants to?
I think Milena, do you hear us? Milena didn't say something about her, where
Hello, good day, everyone.
Hello. Mrs. Bianca?
Welcome back, everyone. So I hope you had a good check-in, a good chat with your colleague teachers. So yeah, we heard a lot of very interesting tips and tricks. In our group, there were clear ideas about sharing boundaries. Thank you for muting your microphones. Thanks very much. So we were talking about boundaries, setting your boundaries and communicating to parents that you would not be available after a certain time, let's say 7 p.m. Or communicating in the beginning of the year that you would respond to messages in between 48 hours, for example. So what did Paula do to protect her mental health? So she set clear working hours. So she determined for herself, okay, I will be in school until a certain time for my classes, and then I have a certain time for administration. So she used a timer to limit this work time as well. So to make sure she would not go over her limits, and then she indicated this to the parents. A little assignment for you. Take out your smartphones. You're allowed to use your phone and go to your screen time. So most of smartphones, they have a special section where you can see your screen time. So I give you a minute to take your phone and to have a look at how many hours you have spent on your phone today. And on which apps you have spent the most of your time. And by looking at this, how do you feel about the amount of time that you've been spending on your phone today? Are you surprised? Or is this something usual for you? You can comment in the chat. I'm curious. Okay, I can see some comments coming in. Christina, she's surprised. She's surprised about the amount of hours that she spent on her phone. And it is true. because you're checking messages, you think it's only some seconds, then another minute, but it sums up. So sometimes at the end of the day, you can see you've spent 2 hours on your phone. Okay, I can see someone saying I spend too many time on social media. This is one of the reasons why I am not on social media anymore. Because I saw it was during COVID, I saw I was spending, for example, an hour on Instagram. And I said, okay, but during that time, I could have read a book. I could have become smarter by, well, learning, studying something. And until now, so it's been 5 years now, I'm really happy I'm not on social media anymore. Okay, I can see someone saying not addicted to the phone, but maybe addicted to the laptop. This counts as screen time as well, of course. Maybe there's some apps on your computer to track your time as well. All right. Thank you for sharing. It's interesting to see, and I think most of us can relate to the feelings. So now for those who are still in our interactive session, you can already answer the questions. Those who are not, because I can see we're only 4 participants right now, please join play.genially.com with this access code so you can answer the questions and then see the results. Okay, I can see more people joining. Brilliant. Okay, I will share the link with you. It was shared in the beginning, but maybe unable to access or some of you, if you're not following on the phone, you can scan this QR code. And otherwise, I will share the link with you. Okay, I can see more people joined. So you should be able to drag the blocks, as you can see, in a certain order. And the question is, who do you think uses his smartphone most? And the idea is that you sort from the group that is using the smartphone most to least. So if you think 16 to 30-year-olds are using this phone most, you can put them on top or either at the bottom if you think, no, this is not the biggest group of users. Let's have a look at it. So indeed, 16 to 30-year-olds are using their smartphone most. And according to a European study that I will be sharing with you in 2 slides, this group is using their smartphones for more than 2 hours a day. And it's about 34% of this group who's spending so much time on their smartphones. Next question. What percentage of adolescents exhibit patterns of social media addiction? Do you think it's 15%, 30%, or 60%? Indeed. So 30% of adolescents, according to this research, exhibit patterns of social media addiction. This is quite a big group. That means 3 out of 10 students in your class may be addicted to social media. And what do you think? Do you think that spending more than 2 hours a day on social media may cause loneliness or not? Indeed. So this question is the answer is true. So according to the study, and you can go to the link by clicking on this link sign. So you can go to the study and have a look at it. Spending time on your phone and on your laptops on a screen is associated with loneliness, so with social isolation. So since we had a good chat in the first breakout room, I would suggest that we do not do this one in a breakout room, but have some questions, reflection moments for yourself. So what do you think of these numbers? Is this something that struck you? Is this a surprise? Or is this something that you're experiencing in the class? Do you see that students are more attached to their phones, more attached to digital media? And take a look at yourself. Which group do you think you belong to? Do you belong to the ones that spend more than 2 hours a day? Or do you think you're doing fairly well? I saw in the comments a couple of minutes ago that someone said, I do not really think I'm addicted. So what do you think? Do you think you're addicted to your smartphone? Do you think you're addicted to your laptop? Maybe let's have a look at what digital addiction is. We will have a look at this video. It's 4 minutes about digital addiction. I think it's really worth looking at it, so that's why I suggest we do look at it. Since we had some troubles with the audio, I'm not sure if it will work now, and I will share with you the link of this video. So you can access the video via the link I have just shared in the chat with you. And I invite you to have a look at it for the next 4 minutes, and then we will be coming back to this session. Feel free to put your comments on the video in the chat. Okay. Yeah. So what does this video do with you? What Simon Sinek says in the video is that notifications, the colors of applications, and all of the other tools that applications and website use are aimed at keeping your attention, at not letting you go, at wanting to come back and check if there is another message, because all of this activates the dopamine in your brain, and this makes you feel happy. So he's explaining about the color of the notifications, that it's red because it's a color that attracts our attention. So if you know this, if you know that technology companies do know what makes us feeling attached to all these applications, what do you think we can do ourselves? I think you do have everything in hand yourself to change your habits and to not fall in the traps of these digital companies. You can put your phone in black and white scheme so you cannot see the colors of the several apps. You could just turn off your notifications, for example. And I think it's a good video as well if you're a parent to reflect on how you will talk and teach about using phones and using digital technologies to your children, and of course, as a teacher to your students. It's maybe a video you can show to your students and make a class around it. Could be a good idea. Well, I suggest you take this test at home or after this session. But there are some tests to check your digital balance. Do you need a digital detox? Yes or no? To be honest, I think that 80% of this room, all of us who are present here, attending some training after working hours, we do need a digital detox. I think most of us will. So you can either opt to take a quick online test. It takes just 1 minute, or a more in-depth offline test, which you can print out or use at the computer and then check if you need a digital detox or not. So some tips. What I said about notifications. You can decide to turn off your notifications, and not just during working hours, but also in general. Me, for example, I do not have any notifications except for phone calls. So this gives me the opportunity to pick up my phone when I have time to answer and when I'm mentally able to give a proper answer to my friends or to colleagues. Sleeping time. Sorry, screen time. So sleeping time is important as well, though. So screen time, what you could do is plan your work in blocks of, for example, 25 minutes, and then take a 5-minute break. I hear you saying, oh, but during classes, I'm teaching for 50 minutes, so I can't just take a break. Well, you can use it in a smart way. You can give your students an exercise for 5 minutes. And this can be your small break in which you do not have to talk, in which you can take your time. And then when it comes to screen time, for example, you're able to plan. So work in 25 minutes, you can just decide to stay away and make your brain think about other things, or to literally take a break. This is called the Pomodoro technique, and it's one of the tips that ChatGPT gave 2 weeks ago in our first session. Digital habits. So evaluate your habits. Actually, which tools are really needed? Do you really need 3 weather apps to check the weather? Do you really need to be on 7 social media platforms? So this is a question you can ask yourself. On which platforms do you want to be, and what is priority for you? So let's have a look at how you can protect your digital well-being. We now know how we behave online. Well, let's have a look at how we can protect our well-being. What do we understand under digital well-being? Well, it is the ability to use technology consciously, to use digital tools safely and responsibly, and of course, to take care of physical and mental health in digital environments. Well, this sounds nice, but let's have a look at the practice. Maybe some question in between. What do you think are the risks posed by digital environments? You can pick several answers. Don't be shy. Liliana was first to answer. So actually, this was a trick question because all previous answers are correct. So the risks that you have by being on digital platforms is that you expose yourself to inappropriate content. So this is something to be aware of and also to teach your students. You seem always to be available or accessible, even if you don't want to be it. Cyberbullying could be another risk, and also excessive screen time, as we've said. So how can we then consciously and responsibly use these apps, bearing in mind these risks? Let's have a look at it. So using digital platforms in a conscious and responsible way means that you work purposefully with digital resources. And with that, we want to say use digital resources only if they can help you and if they are the right tools for the thing you're looking for. So ask yourself the question, is this the right tool and will it actually save time? And then avoid unnecessary distractions and take care of your mental and physical well-being by setting boundaries. For example, you can use a digital tool to create learning materials and to save some time. But there, as I said, ask yourself the question, is it the right tool? Is it the right timing? And if you feel tired, take a little break. So, mental health complaints. I don't think it's a surprise to you that stress, fatigue, concentration problems, and sleeping problems are all part of mental health complaints linked and directly linked to spending time on digital platforms, on digital technologies. So, what could you do? You could choose to set clear boundaries, and I think this will be the key word of this session, boundaries, such as no work-related emails after a certain time. You can use apps or timers to maintain your focus, and you could insert daily digital breaks of at least 10 minutes without screens. So really being aware and consciously deciding for an offline time. Physical complaints, neck and back pain. Maybe some of you at this moment do have a sore neck, do have a little back pain of sitting all day behind the computer. Eye strain, and with that, we want to say your eyes are itching, tired eyes because of looking at the blue screens. So there are some tips could be working ergonomically. So it depends on the company or the school you're working at. Sometimes they do help you with these things. One of the things that you can do already is to put your screen at high level. And that means that the upper top of your screen meets your eye level. So this would be a good height. Because then you make sure your neck is up and you're looking horizontally. So that's really important. Then include regular exercise. So just get up and have yourself a tea. Go and check the birds in the garden. It could be for just some minutes. Thank you for muting. And then social and emotional impact. It's not too it's a really important thing to take in mind as well. So isolation is one of the biggest consequences of spending a lot of time online. And that's what we said earlier as well, that spending time online is directly linked to feelings of loneliness and isolation. So same for the lack of connection and dependence on technology. So schedule your offline time, communicate about when you're offline, make clear to colleagues, to students, to parents when you're available. And well, ask yourself the question, does this app, does this website really contribute to my well-being? I see we're slightly going over time. Sorry about that, Reni. So I will wrap up and we will be ending with a short quiz. As I said, this presentation will be shared with you, so you can also have a look at the sustainable approach about digital well-being at home, and you can take the quizzes at home as well, so it will show you the right answers when you participate. So let's have a look at this one. Let's see if you've well understood the main message of this session. So what do you do? Or rather, what would be the best thing to do when you get a work email late at night? Let's say from a colleague, but could be a parent as well. Do you ignore the email? Do you read it without replying, or do you immediately respond to the email? Okay, let's see what you said. So you can see Reni is on the first place, then we have Diliana, and on the third place, there is Svetelina. So in the first place, the answer to this email, in the first place, you shouldn't have opened your mailbox if it's late at night. So that's the first thing I would say. But then if you did open your mailbox, it would be best just to ignore it and save it for the next day. Even if you just open it and have a look at it, it will activate your brain, make you think about work, raise your heart rate, will make you feel stressed. And even if you're not answering it, maybe you're already formulating 10,000 answers in your head. So yeah, I would say protect yourself and set clear boundaries. Think about it. How can you set boundaries? Is this a theme? I mean, a topic you could talk about with your colleagues tomorrow? Is this a topic you could talk about with the director of the school? So really a good exercise to do. So I would really like to thank you for being in this session, also for the first breakout room. It was nice to connect with you and to hear, what is going on in your minds. I can hear that indeed it is not easy to use digital tools in an effective way without compromising your mental, physical, and social health. So thank you very much. I do not remember if I introduced myself in the general session. My name is Jana. I'm working for UCLL, University of Applied Sciences, in collaboration with the other partners of the D-Paideia project. So it was a pleasure to be here for you today. Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. As said, we will be sharing this content for you as well. And I will be available for the rest of the session as well today. So see you.
Okay, so now it's time for the second topic in today's session. Let's see. Dileana, would you share the presentation? We'll try to collaborate a little bit. So the next topic for the session today is to talk a little bit about digital identity and reputation management. The learning objectives of the session are written on the on the second slide, but I will not go into too much details. Generally, we will try to figure out how we can manage the consequences from the digital identity, and perhaps to try to figure out how we can curate our own digital reputation. Of course, this is a huge topic which takes up a lot of time in order to be explored in details. So we will try some activities which we can fit in the time with which we now have. So my general opinion is that the audience here is pretty well informed about the digital aspects, the digital problems, the digital issues. So because of this, I will not go into details with explaining what digital identity is. On the contrary, we prepared a small quiz with my colleague Dileana, and we will share with you now this quiz in order to see what your opinion is about several key topics related to the digital identity. So let's go. Log in by reading the QR code or going to Mentimeter and logging with the code which is on the screen now. And let's take this short quiz. How many people already joined? Dileana, can you monitor?
2 of them, 3.
Okay,
And
slowly,
counting.
slowly increasing the number. So, dear colleagues,
7 and counting. You can scan the QR code or you can just write menti.com and put the number written on your screen.
I put the code in the chat of the meeting, so you can go.
11, 12.
So I put the code, but I can't find something.
Okay.
Try again, refresh it and try again. We are 13 now. 14, except me and probably Rainy, so we are
No,
looking
I'm not
for,
there.
yeah,
So
so we are searching for 40 of us.
I will enjoy being an just observer.
We are 15 now, 16.
Unfortunately, I can't do something.
Do you try it on your phone or on your laptop?
For my laptop, but
Maybe you can try from the phone. 17.
Yes, perhaps those who already entered will see a screen with some instructions. Is that so? Yeah. Just be patient because we're waiting a little bit more for some more people to join, but maybe we can start and then we'll see. Because we're also pressed by the time and we want to cover more topics, more items from the presentation today. So let's see the first question.
Okay, we are 19 now, which is almost half of the participants in the meeting.
Okay, so the first question is, what best defines a digital identity? Browse quickly through the options and give your answer. Okay. Do we have answers from everybody who is already in the application?
12 answers. 13, 15, 16, almost everyone.
Okay.
Do you want me to reveal the right one?
Yep. So we can see that there are almost the same. They were the same, almost the same number of people who preferred the first and the second choice, but the correct answer is B. And the very important aspect of the digital identity is indeed that part of it is our behavior online and our interactions. So it's not only the information which we share deliberately, but also everything what we do online. So we need to keep this in mind. So let's see the second question. What should teachers be mindful of their digital identity? Why should? Okay.
Ten, 11, and counting. We have 17 answers now.
Mhm.
Maybe a couple of more seconds and we can go forward.
Okay, let's
19.
Yeah, let's see the correct answer. I think that the answers of this question show really that most of the people who are here gathered here, actually they're quite well aware of the aspects which are related to the digital identity of being a professional teacher. I'm really curious about the answers which are related to the legal requirements, because I mean the legal responsibility, because as far as I know, in most of the countries, this is not really legally regulated, but mostly a question of ethical issues. So let's see the next question. This question seems a little bit more complicated.
We have 15 answers now.
It seems that we have a winning option here. Most of the responders actually prefer option 1.
I think we can. 19. We can go now.
Okay. So, as you can see, although there's just a small number of answers who choose the option D, the last option, actually this is the right answer. So combining different measures and using biometrics and AI-driven monitoring and of course, identity management is the one which in this case is suggested as a correct answer. On that part, when I read the correct answer, I was actually surprised and I was curious to learn what actually AI-driven monitoring means. So I searched for a little bit more information and indeed, this is something which we experienced for many years, but perhaps never paid attention to the fact that artificial intelligence actually is supporting us in our everyday life, because the options which are related to using artificial intelligence to protect us from cyber threats and potential attacks is something which exists for many years. So what exactly means to use AI-driven threat monitoring? This is something which artificial intelligence does. Most of the big providers of cloud and mailing services are using it. The artificial intelligence actually monitors the traffic, the logins, and pays attention if there is a change in the normal behavior of every user. So maybe some of you already noticed that when you are logging in, you are checking your email from another device, either from a phone or from somebody else's computer, you might receive a notification in your mailbox that there is an alternative entry with your credentials. And this is just one of the illustrations of what actually AI-driven threat monitoring is. Also, automatically collecting spam in spam folder, banning some messages which might look suspicious because they contain some links that might contain phishing attempts. So these are all illustrations of AI-driven threat monitoring. So we are already using this because our email providers are using, but this is not just a mail service. So let's see the next question. Do machines have a digital identity? What do you think? Okay,
We are 11 now.
you're 11, okay.
$40. It is actually a difficult question. $15, and maybe we can proceed if you want.
Okay. Well, I would say that obviously most of
Sorry.
you are quite aware of the fact that machines also can have digital identity. The interesting thing is that most of the other responses say yes, but only AI-powered assistants. The fact is actually that we just don't know how many actually non-human entities there are there in this digital universe, and not only AI-powered assistants use this digital identity. Of course, this is one of the options. Those chatbots, virtual assistants, and self-driving car have digital identities, but also think about Internet of Things. How we can interact with all the devices which are somewhere there in our home, and we communicate with them from a distance. They already have some digital identity through which we communicate with them. And also, most of us are already constantly in the clouds. We are storing content which is not in our computers, but somewhere in the cloud. And this is also supported by digital identity protocols, which are called machine identity management protocols, which are very important aspects. So, yes, not only humans have digital identity. So thank you very much, Dilyana. Let's go back to the presentation, and let's engage with the first activity, which will bring us to some challenging task. Our first activity is a challenge to you. We will be trying to see what our digital footprint is to every one of those who are here in this meeting. Yes, we can go to the instructions. So now go online. You will have 5 minutes to Google your name and to see what kind of information you will find online about yourself. You can use whatever search engine you normally use. By saying Google yourself, we would mean search yourself online, but obviously Google is also already a kind of name which we use universally, like when we started to use copying machines, and going to the Xerox means I'm going to the copy machine, doesn't matter what kind of brand it was. So use the next 5 minutes to Google your name and to see what kind of information you will find online. You can use either regular mode or incognito mode. It's up to you. But just be quick, because afterwards we will go to breakout rooms where we will discuss our findings. Couple of more minutes. When you join the groups in a minute or two, just take in consideration, do not share too much personal details. Just report your general observations and try to compare with the impressions which the other participants have. Share if there was something which surprised you and if your online presence actually matches your professional role. Okay, let's go to breakout rooms and share our observations from the quick search of the names.
Okay. Everyone is assigned to a breakout room, and I think you have to click on the invitation leading you there. Like a pop-up on your screen, probably.
Тут так паркуется.
Hi, do you have an invitation to join the breakout room?
Все закончилось? Не. Не.
Hello. A lot of participants who are out of the rooms. I hope that you are searching for yourself more thoroughly. Okay, so I don't know if you like this experience or was it interesting for you. Just wanted to ask those of you who are already here, how many of you browsed in open mode, in regular mode? Just raise your hand using the reactions. Okay, somebody else? Yep. Okay. So how many then browsed in incognito mode? Raise your hand, those who, okay. Not very active response. Then of course, you will receive the presentation afterwards, and you can go a little bit in the details. But just to mention a short comparison between what's the difference between browsing in regular mode and in incognito mode. So if you use incognito mode, you will receive an information which others are more likely to see when Google your name online. In that case, it will be a little bit more neutral and public facing appearance, because the search will not be affected by your own search history or cookies you accepted or any elements of your behavior. But if you use regular mode when you're browsing, it's a more personalized information which will appear, because it will be affected by your online behavior by that moment, previous behavior, but before that. So that's one of the differences. So we already passed the time for the first part of this meeting. So let's have 10 minutes break and meet again at 8 minutes to 6 Central European Time, or 8 minutes to 7, or 8 minutes to 8 for the Eastern European Time. 10 minutes break.
Is in Lagna. He was working in UBA Bank.
Hello, we shall continue now.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So the second part, the second activity this evening is about case study analysis. You will receive in the chat of the meeting links to a presentation which contains 5 different cases. And each group will have to analyze one case. In the slides, you will see which case is assigned to different groups. So you will have to read the information about the case and discuss with your colleagues in the breakout rooms about the case and how it can be solved. Do you recognize any familiar patterns in this case? Did you have any previous experience similar to this? Or perhaps how this can be solved in a good way without aggravating the situation? And Also, what can school do in order to support teachers and students which might be in a situation like this? So pay attention to the number of your group and go to the slide which represents the case which is assigned to your group. You will have 15 minutes to discuss in the groups, and then we will join again in the plenary in order to share the results from this discussion. So, if you have any questions, just let us know in the chat. Otherwise, we will be joining the breakout rooms now.
Okay, I'm opening the breakout rooms now.
One moment. Okay. Number of room, that means number of scenario.
Check that.
No, because we will have more rooms than scenarios. We have 5 scenarios, but on the slides
I
where
can
the
choose.
scenarios are written also the number of the groups which will deal with this scenario.
Okay.
Mhm. Hi, Kostas. Are you going to
Hello.
close the training?
Yeah.
Okay. You will need 30 minutes or less?
No, maybe less. How much time you want?
We'll see, because the discussions are really very, very difficult. In some groups, there are real discussions. In some groups, there is a kind of deadly silence.
Maybe we need to reduce the number of rooms
Yeah,
and join the rooms that have less participants.
yeah. We'll see how things will develop, but we first of all decided to make the groups bigger, to put more people in one room, and then we'll see about the others.
For example, I see now in room number 3 is only one person.
Yeah.
So if we put this person to another room, we can just delete room number 3. Do you visit the rooms to see how they are working, if they are working?
Not now. Previously, I was in one of the rooms, then I joined some of the others, but there are a few rooms in which there are some more active participants, and then
Yeah, you can just visit and see if they are
Mm.
discussing in if there's someone talking in every room.
So are we going to share the Colin's questionnaire?
I thought you were doing that, but yes, send me if you
Well,
can.
it's in my presentation, the last slide, so I can share it, or I can send a link. But perhaps we should either ways put the link in the chat in a certain.
Yeah, put the link in the chat, but not now when everybody's.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting together again.
Yes.
So I will invite you to share what you exchanged as an option during the discussions. Scenario 1 most
Yeah.
probably had been dealt by group 1 and by group 6. So let's hear from group 1.
Yes. Scenario in group 1 discuss the situation in Italy and in Romania.
Okay.
I write a little things, but we speak a lot of of situation. In Italy is a impossible situation this because the legal consequences are very, very important for the teacher. The privacy lex is most important, and the parents write a contract with us, but only for the setting, photo materials, photo classroom, but not person.
Okay.
And also is not possible for the teacher, Italian teacher, use the personal tablet, personal smartphone in school, but only the tablet or device of the school.
Okay.
Ecco. The consequence, legal consequence and moral consequence are very, very strong. For the Romania, are the colleague of the Romania is another situation.
Okay, I talked to it, Serena. I'm from Romania. We had another Romanian teacher too. And in Romania is another situation. We are allowed to share, but on the school page, on Facebook school page or on school blog. If we share it in another blogs or in another parts, we are not allowed, but on our school page, on our school Facebook, we are allowed. There are some projects in which we are involved, and there we share the faces blurred or putting something on their faces. But we have some contracts that allowed us to share photos with our students. And also we are allowed to use our personal smartphones, telephones, and whatever we have. Now it's allowed. We don't know for how much time, but now in these days we are allowed.
Okay. And what about group 6? Do you have any additional things which you can share about this scenario? If, of course, you stick to this scenario. Anybody from group 6?
Group 6 for scenario 5.
No, so you worked on scenario 5, not on scenario 1.
Scenario 5,
Yes,
yeah.
you were in our breakout room and you said it's okay.
Okay, yes. I just forgot about the details, but so do you have another group which worked on the same scenario 1? Okay, so let's see the scenario 2.
We work on scenario 2 with my friend from Bulgaria, if is there.
Yes.
Hi. It was interesting conversation.
Very interesting.
Yeah, but we are actually group 7, so can we present now or maybe we wait?
Yes, of course.
So, okay. Which do you want to present?
First, I let you.
Okay. So we agreed that that's not online criticism. That's bullying. And so we have some rules that we want to share. I'll share the rules that we discussed from the Bulgarian part, and my colleague will discuss the rules that she created from the Romanian part. Rule number 1, do not read online comments. Rule number 2, do not answer to these comments. And if the parents have some issues with your grading, they can always come to school and discuss it in a formal environment and not online. Because maybe we have to remind ourselves the thing that we remind our students every day, that if you do not feel comfortable online, just switch off, unplug. That's it. It's not there anymore. If anyone has a formal complaint towards you, he can come to your school, he can talk to you or your principal. And in my experience, from a lot of aggressive parents online, usually no one comes. So they feel secure behind their screens, and they feel certain they can say everything without consequences. But once you face them face to face, the things change a lot. So if my Romanian colleague can continue.
Of course. We must be diplomatic, not to respond to these comments, and communicate with parents as often as possible, and to invite them to activities carried out together with the children. Invite parents in our space, in class, to see, to observe what we do, and establish rules when we have counseling time. That's my opinion.
Okay.
But very, very important things is to communicate face to face, because we see emotion, and that's the right thing to do. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Also
Thank you very
face to
much.
face, you own your words, you stay behind your words, you cannot hide. So
Okay.
thank you. That's group 7.
Thank you. And is there another group which dealt with the scenario 2, which can add something to what had been shared so far?
I think I can add.
Yeah.
Although my group, we didn't really do much. We didn't do anything. So, but I can add. I think I just want to put my opinion on this. Now,
Yeah. Okay.
first question you said is the teacher, on my opinion, should use a psychological approach. That's why we are masters and professionals in our field of psychology. So the ability to be able to communicate effectively in responding to individuals in educational situation. You said the parents post negative comments, so the teacher should not be someone that maybe, even though he or she has a hot temper or short-tempered, they should be able to maintain their emotion in a professional setting and then be able to respond in appropriately to handle such situation. Then they can request for one-on-one meeting with such an individual. So that's how I see my opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So anybody else additional comment on scenario 2? Okay, let's go to scenario 3 and to see what's the story there. Group 3 or group 8? Who will report? Which group worked on scenario 3? Okay, nobody worked on scenario 3, so let's check scenario 4. Anybody who will report on scenario 4 with the fake teacher profile? Yes? Okay.
Can we
No. Yeah.
I didn't work on this scenario, but I can say something that happened in my school. Some students took some pictures of one of my colleagues and made a fake profile for her, and it was pretty, I don't know, unpleasant for her, and she reported those students to the police because they stole the pictures and made a fake profile, and it was with some inappropriate content.
So the solution is to report the offenders in order to find the solution.
Yes, and it was an unpleasant situation because the students were students of secondary school, so it wasn't something good for them and for their parents.
Yeah. But as they are already grown up, they should be also responsible people, so they need to bear the consequences.
Yes, maybe they learned something from that.
Okay. So, any other comments or reports on this scenario, or we should go to the next one?
I can drop something, ma. Good evening, ma.
Yep.
Like for this will come out because this is an era of technology advancement. One issue that we are not treating in school is that children are not often trained. Our pupils are not trained about how to ethically use technological devices. So if students are being taught the consequence of, some of the students are, for the young students in elementary and high school, for example, not university students now, if they are being taught the consequence of these actions, tell them about the negative effect of cyberbullying and impersonation and the likes, and they know the consequence attached to it. So I believe if all the students are supposed to be reorientated, they need to be explained, they need to be given the detailed information on that. If you commit this offense using your digital device to do this for another person, this is the offense. This is what is the punishment going to be. So if you organize like a seminar and training for our students in our school, they'll be quite much aware of the consequences defined. So that's like I'm giving them a warning. So subsequently, I haven't given all of them a required training, seminar on the consequence of this action. If any student go against now, at that level now, it's an intentional action now. And I said, I can also employ, even with the teacher now, we need to have digital advancements. Like we need to train ourselves. I randomly search for my name on Google. You know, if you search for your name on Google's, or it's going to bring out your images congested together. So these are things we need to train ourselves to be able to do too as a teacher in class. We need to keep searching about ourselves online, know what our names and our profile is associated with. So by the time we will not be able to notice if there's any kind of a mixed up or somebody is impersonating, to be able to follow up as soon as possible. Not that we will not be caught unaware, because even different people will just try to use personal information for their platform. That's my contribution. Thank you, ma.
Okay, thank you very much. So we need to educate students, but also we need to educate ourselves in order to be able to take the proper steps and to defend our personal personality. Okay, let's see scenario 5. Group 5 or somebody else?
Group 6.
6, okay. Share
Do
your...
I talk? Do I talk? This scenario is every day, is very often examples.
Okay.
Some students send friend requests. I set boundaries. I do not accept requests. But I have to say, schools should provide guidance to students and parents about appropriate channels for communications and why boundaries are necessary. This ensures that everyone understands the exceptions. Teachers can politely explain that they maintained a professional boundary and keeping professional and work lives separate.
Yep. Okay.
In my group were a colleague from Greek, from Nigeria, and I don't know, maybe Bulgaria.
Yeah. Did you put any
and
notes in the presentation slides?
Yes, we have notes.
Yes.
Actually, we have two
Yes.
slides.
Great.
Yeah,
So
we
that
have
means-
2 slides.
That means that
Okay.
colleagues can follow afterwards and read the notes. Okay. So, any other notes on any of the scenarios or on this one, the 5th one?
May I add something?
Okay.
Okay, for the accepting of friendship with students, I found it's not right, because I have same situation several times, but in my case, I ignore it and did not delete the friendship until the student understand it's not right to send it. But in another way, I speak friendly in general, not for a special student, and gives them an advice that the teacher have to stay ethically on the same line from my students, and not to be involved in a friendship with them, and because will give them a special case and feel that they are different from other colleagues of their classmates. And for that, I didn't accept it. And in the same time, I give them a lesson about ethically and professionalism of working in future.
Thank you very much for this contribution.
Thank
So,
you.
any other
Hello, ma.
comment? Yes.
Good evening,
Hello, ma.
I would
Yes,
love
ma.
to,
Okay.
Yep.
ma, I would love to add, ma, that in any teaching learning situation, if you have 100 students, you have 100 people with 100 individual differences. And if you look at it, our students tend to spend many more hours in home environment where they have access to all these digital devices and they use it for a plethora of purposes without being structured or maybe being controlled by their parents. So when they now get to the four walls of the classroom, the teachers have an enormous task to strive to control their technology use and how they go about using digital devices. For instance, in the Nigerian educational system, it's quite pervasive when you see that a lot of students try to bring all these digital devices into the school environment, even though when we as teachers see these digital devices, we try to see them as contraband during the 8 hours of the school time. But when they get back, they use this. Why am I saying this? We need to teachers need to liaise with the Parent Teachers Association because there's really nothing, all we've said here. And I thank the organizers of this program for giving us all this very important training. We cannot really achieve anything tangible without bringing the parents on board for them to be able to understand everything we are saying. So I would love to add that any intervention that we're doing to make sure that the digital devices being used among students is controlled and is used in a responsible manner should always bring the parents on board because the teachers alone cannot do this work by themselves. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for your input. So we are
Yes,
having...
I like to add something, ma.
Yep.
Still buttressing from what my leading scholar just finished explaining in a country like Nigeria too, still from Nigeria as a case study. Like, for example, in an elementary school, what we do during our PTA section is that when we have both teachers and parents comes together for meeting, we share, for example, we use this kind of a WhatsApp platform, for example, where each of the classes has a group chat. We are adding their parents. The parents are there too, the students are there. We use the medium, for example, to pass assignments sometimes, to give them some kind of a weekly update. So even over the weekend, if the students are having issues with any particular about a particular schoolwork, they can easily still ask their question. So the platform is strictly, we have oriented them and make them understand that whatever thing they're going to be dropping on a platform, for example, like WhatsApp platform, for example, WhatsApp group, they drop what they are confused about schoolwork, the mathematics, the English. So the issues, whatever issues you want to ask, whether on assignment, clarifications, they easily drop there and the teacher can easily also help them out even out of school time at convergent time. So these are some ethical ways we can also use this platform. All we just need is that we give ourselves orientation, make the student knows what the platform is for, what was our purpose and aim. The same thing with the parents, the same thing with the students. So there's a kind of a supervision that must be there so that we'll be able to get the ethical benefit of using this particular digital tool. It's not technology that matters to us, it is what we later use the technology for.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we need to keep control on the technology in order to be helpful for us. So let's try to wrap up this session because we are running already out of time. Yes, the next slide, please. So unfortunately, we don't have enough time to go through this story, which is a real life story of a real teacher from UK. So you will have the time to check this story after the end of the session. And perhaps if you would like to send us... Yep, sorry. So, as I said, if you have to share something on this case, like comment or any other reaction, perhaps you can drop us a line on that part. I assure you that it's a very, very interesting story. And just to open a little bit the curtain, there is a deep fake involved in the situation with Rachel Bennett, which is a school teacher from the UK. Yes, we will share the presentation, so you will have real links to this material and to all the materials too. Now, I don't want to take from the time of next topics which we have to cover in this session. Just to let you know that in the last couple of slides of the presentation, which you will receive on Module 5, there are some suggestions for homework or asynchronous implementation, which we will be happy if you accept and use. One of the possibility is to prepare a personal, professional development plan. We offer a template which you can use in order to structure it. Also, we will be happy if you report any activities which you are doing with your students in the classroom and inform us about an activity which is related to digital identity and reputation management. One such activity which you will receive shared with the presentation is related to the topic of oversharing and digital footprint with video from with teenagers who are sharing information on that topic. I believe that it will be interesting for your students too. So those who have who are working with teenagers perhaps can implement this activity. And on the level of creating positive digital identity and positive image online, we're sharing another activity which you may do, which is about developing positive autobiography, which shares information about your digital habits, hopefully positive. So this is the end of this session. Yeah, thank you very much for your participation. Kostas, now it's your turn.
Okay, so hello again for the last part of our meeting. So I would like to be brief. I would like just to inform you about what we would like to ask you to do in order to be able to receive the certificate for the participation in this training. So there are actually three things that we would like to do. First of all, we would like you to complete an evaluation form. So I have shared with you in the chat. Sorry. Okay. So I have shared with you in the chat an evaluation form that we would need everyone to complete, and the evaluation form is about this training. Second, we would like you to complete a form that is related with that is related with your digital competence and an action plan of how you think you are going to develop your digital competence. It's your own personal action plan, and it's here. You can download the template from here, and Reni, if you stop sharing, I can show it.
the plan with the experience last day.
So, what should the plan contain? If you go to the link I have shared with you, wait, because I have things that need to close some things. If you click on the link I have show you, you will see the information that we are asking. You can download you need to download, don't write directly on this because this is for everyone. So you need to download this in your computer, complete it, and then upload it on the same folder. The folder in which you need to upload it, I have said it, I can share it again, is this one. This is the folder on which you will need to write your name, to write the folder with your name, and upload the file on the folder, just with your name. The name of the file should be your name. And now I can share with you. So this is the template. So we need to do, first of all, to evaluate your current competence level. Here, after the course, the areas that you think still that you are requiring development after you have followed this course, to write your professional development goals, what you would like to improve in your own professional development. And of course, everybody can start from a different starting level. If someone is more advanced, his goals will be more advanced. And if someone starts from a lower level, then the goals will be start from a lower level. And then action plan for competence development, and also how you plan to use these activities in the use some of these activities in the classroom. So how you think you are going to use the skills that you have acquired in your personal development. I'm going also to send on email, so I'm going to send you this information also by email, just I present. So this is the second part, this development of the action plan. And then at the end, in a 2 months' time, I'm going to send you a form, a Google form, where I'm going to ask you if you have done something, or if you have started doing something related with the implementation of this plan. So if I have the evaluation of the course, this plan, and the Google form about the implementation of the plan, then we are going to provide you with a certification of participation in this European project. And maybe we can ask you then to share your experience you have in a meeting that we are going to have on the future. So 3 things. 1, the evaluation form I have shared. 2, the implementation plan. 3, a questionnaire that I have not shared with you yet. I'm going to share with you about the end of or before or a little bit after the Easter, so end of April, to ask you if you have started about considering about implementing what you have written in this action plan. This action plan, I would like you to complete within 1 week, so within the 5th of March. So I would like for you to upload this file that you can download. Please download, don't write directly on the day. In 1 week from now, so until the 5th of March, you can upload this information with your name on the drive. And that's it for your personal individual certification. If you like, D-Paideia project is offering also the opportunity to guide you through a process of developing a school strategy that is for the whole school, not just for you. This is not obligatory. This is something that you can send me a separate email if you are interested in order to provide you with more information about the process, because this is not for everyone. It's just for the people that would be interested in this. Yes, Reni?
There is a comment in the chat. Can you clarify task 3? Do you mean the activity 3 from the previous presentation, or what Costas now said? Which one actually needs more clarification?
The professional development goals, this one.
Costas. From
Yes.
Costas, yeah, now.
Okay.
Task 3, I do
Okay.
not.
So this one, professional development goals. Okay. So what would you like to learn more? In the short term, mid-term, or long term? If you write here, so how do you think, for example, I want to know how to use AI. I want to know how to use Miro. I want to reduce my screen time and improve my life work balance. I want to integrate in my teaching, I don't know, Kahoot or something. So your own professional development goals in relation with the digital skills. I don't know if I have answered you. Yes, we are going, as Reni says, we're going to send the links by email after the end of the training. But we are now. Gabriel, what you would like us to resend? You write, please resend, but I don't know what. Anyway, we are going to send by email. Now we are explaining. The link for filling, the questionnaire, okay. The question is about the course. So it's about the 4 sessions you have. This is, if you are, if this is a link, yes, of course. Joanna, if you have questions, so you can ask us by email. The survey is in English, but if you are feel more comfortable to complete it in another language, you can select language and complete it. But I think it works for the languages of the partnership. So if you are Bulgarian, it's okay. If you are Romanian, not so much. to write in English, or you write in Romanian, and we are going to. You have completed the survey? Yes, of course. It's okay. I cannot see now the survey if you are asking this, but we are going to check then with the person that evaluated, project evaluator, that has access to these forms. So yes, okay. So I'm going to send you an email with this information. I hope that it is clear. the whole information. And are there any questions? No, we know, Reni, we know who completes the code. It's anonymous, but we know if someone has completed the survey or not. So everybody should complete the survey. Even if the name doesn't show, we know. Okay. Any more questions related with this? We are going to send you, as I said, an email. You have a folder. You have the link for a folder that we have all the links there. You have also the videos for the first 2 sessions. We are going to upload the videos also for the next 2 sessions, the sessions of this week. But all the presentations that have been made during this project are going to be available on this folder, the one that you already have the link. Questions? Again for tasks 1 and 3. Wait. You can see the. To ask 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I have a question, please.
Sorry, Serena. I replied to Slavica in the chat, and then you can tell. So task 1, complete the survey, evaluation survey. Task 2.
Yes.
Task 2, download this
Template.
form.
Okay.
This template and upload it on the folder I have sent you. With the name of the file will be your name. Task 3, in 2 months, I'm going to send you a Google form about how you have started implementing what you write on the template. If you have started, if you have not started, if you made the lesson in the school, if you have not made something, etc. These are the 3 tasks. So, 1, the evaluation form, 2, the template, and 3, and final evaluation of your action plan. Okay, I hope I was right. Serena.
Yes, I write the first evaluation, and I put, but the other 2 documents are in the folder you have put in a chat.
Yes, one. The first document. The other one, the template, the one I'm showing now. The other one, I'm going to send you because it's the monitoring of what you are going to write on the template. So it's not to be completed now. It's going to be completed later.
And I write, and if I have a doubt, I write you with the email, ask you if is okay or not.
Yes, of course. Okay. Yeah. So for task 3, there's not now. It's an evaluation form I'm going to send you, but not now. In April, I'm going to send you this evaluation. Okay. Another question? No? Okay. If there's not another question, of course, we are going to send you the information. How can we get the link for the file or upload. I have already shared this link. I'm going to share again it. So. Okay, this is the link. Yeah, and thank you, Slavica, for sharing. Thank you, Slavica, for sharing also the document. I'm going to send you also the Word document in, like Slavica has done, in attachment, so that you don't have any problem.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, thank you very much for attending the 4-day seminars. Thank you very much for being active and for sharing your thoughts. I hope that the seminar was interesting and that you have were able to take something from this. And we will remain in touch, and we hope to see you again in the next event. Good night to everyone.
Good night. Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Thank
Thank
you. Good
you.
night.
Thank you very much.
Night.
Good night.
Have a nice evening.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
You too. Have a good night.
Maybe see you
Bye.
again. Good night. Thank you.